So those are the main things that end up mattering post-board in that matchup. Right, we will go first. Sand is very reasonable. Yes, Teferi is the reason the deck exists. I think I've said in the past, I said at the GP like multiple times, Turbo Fog is basically Teferi the deck. Like, every single card in Turbo Fog kind of exists in the deck in order to make Teferi as good as possible. Pretty much. Just like from a structural level, the deck is just all about Teferi. Like, Gift of Paradise pushes the ramp aspect of Teferi, and Fogs play well with the untapped 2 lands, and so on and so forth. How do we do with Esper? We finished 3-2. We lost the first couple matches, mainly just due to bad draws, more than anything else. We finished up okay. Am I committing this Chain Whirler? Then, like, I can Contempt their 4-drop. I guess that is what I'm doing. I guess. This is kind of awkward. I just feel like, I'm treading water a lot here. Oh wow, they didn't have a play? That's very good for us. Jesus. They probably just have a bunch of removal in hand, huh? So I get to activate Bloodfast a couple times due to this. Hold up Contempt. Okay, yes, I am Contempting that one, which is fine. So might as well activate this once now. I don't want to play either of these because we know they're drawing Chain Whirler. So yes, I just pass the turn. Most decks need more Nissa. Steward of Elements, to be fair. Nissa is delightful. That's a car reserve. Wow, they're just conceding. They must just have like a bunch of lands in hand. Also, apparently we have a bunch of Scarab Gods in our deck. That was maybe not the most representative game ever. Okay. I'm interested in this stuff, I guess. Just like more removal, more hostage takers. Can take out these siphoners. I wouldn't mind cutting like a Champion of Wits. They don't seem great. Yeah, Craving has to come in this matchup, I agree. I didn't notice it first look over. Do we prefer like a Vizier over a Champion, maybe? Get to like copy their Chain Whirler to like kill their Bomat Courier? I don't know, seems kind of awkward. Yeah, Champion's probably still fine against Chain Whirler. You still get to like flash it back, right? Oh my god, Mike, that's amazing. Nissa, Steward of Elephants. guess I just run it like this. Yeah, and they're not always even gonna have the Chain Whirler, right? I think Champion's probably just fine. Undefeated against black-red. Red-black, whatever. Deck literally can't lose against red-black. Things we've learnt this league include that. Clearly. I can boast a 100% win rate against red-black with this deck. As opponent proceeds to flood game 1 and mull to 5 game 2. Alright, sounds very nice. The elephants are coming. We will try and take many hostages. Thanks, Mike. Heffalumps and woozles. Is this the woozle? It's kind of a woozle. Gross. Okay, go ahead. Oh my god, Freed. That would be living the dream. I don't think I'm fatal pushing this. I think I want to hold up Supreme Will next turn, maybe. Just like keep countering their garbage. Supreme Will plus push up. Yeah, this is a fine one to Supreme Will. I guess it's a fine one to Chupacabra as well. Whatever. Count your garbage. Nice. Hitting those land drops. So now I can just Chupacabra this, I suppose. Have Fatal push up for the heart. If we can ever get this Chupacabra to die at some point, we get to reanimate it with Lily. Steel Leaf Champion is punishing. Makes me regret using up my Chupacabra. That's pretty good. Cannot actually block it currently. They have a Blossoming Defense. We look really silly, but awesome. Can't play scared of Blossoming Defense forever, right? Oh wow. Never mind. Don't care about Steel Leaf Champion anymore. We found the answer. We found the answer. I mean, 2 damage actually matters. If they have like a commit for my Scarab God, I just want to be able to block the 1/1. They have a Thrashing Brontodon in the yard to kill the Heart of Kiran. Oh, they have a Gouter. Oh boy. Right. Gouter's a big un. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. How do we beat a Gouter? Like... I think I need to blow up the Heart of Kiran with their Brontodon. So I don't think I can afford to cast Lily here. If they animate Heart of Kiran and I blow it up, I can then like chump Gouter with the Chupacabra and reanimate the Chupacabra later on to kill it. Yeah, I guess I'm just passing the turn here. Cannot beat very much here, but I guess Reanimate Brontodon even gets to block the Steel Leaf Champion before being sacked. Yeah, it does, Freed. Agree. It lines up pretty well. Alright, so the Elephant crews the Heart. Apparently they're giving elephants pilots licenses nowadays. Are there any pigs in Standard to crew vehicles with? I kind of hope there are. But this is fine, right? We're actually in an okay spot here, weirdly. I think we might actually be in an okay spot. So we reanimate Brontodon. We go 2/2 on the 15/15 so that it dies. 4/4 on this so it can be sacked and kill the heart, and we get to kill the 1/1 as well. TSG continuing to be a messed up magic card. I guess I do this now anyway because I'm scared of Blossoming Defense, so I might as well get my Scry out of the deal. Goodbye Gouter. I'm kind of interested in a land, almost. I think a land's actually a fine thing to draw. Like, we kind of just want lots of mana at the moment. We want mana and Vraska's Contempts, pretty much. Cool. TSG. Jeez. Will the Scarab God ever begin disappointing me? I think not. So this stuff all seems great. Doomfall honestly does not seem bad. This stuff seems like kind of medium. It doesn't actually kill much stuff that we care about. That's part of the problem. What cards do we dislike? The Bloodfasts probably aren't at their best here. I've seen some people try to play Scarab God in Modern, but it doesn't seem like it lines up well in the format at all, to me. I know, like, you're meant to keep in Bloodfast against the red decks, which makes boarding it out here feel weird, but cut some Siphoners and Champs. Yeah, I was kind of considering trimming on Siphoners, especially on the draw. I feel like it's going to be hard to connect with them consistently. That's reasonable. Do I want to keep in the Bloodfast? I feel like these are just not going to be very good in the matchup. Right? They help us at our land drops, which is kind of nice. I'm just, the green deck hits hard, which makes keeping in the Bloodfast scary. Let's try this. See how this runs. I worry that we've got a lot of 4-drops post-board. Oh, maybe the commit memory's not good, since we already have so many other 4s. Maybe we're not meant to have the commit memory in. That could make sense. Just, like, avoid making the curve too high. And, like, all our other 4s are just better in the matchup. I'd love to be able to go, like, Fatal Push into Siphoner. Getting down my tap land is really nice, though. Kind of. I feel like, oh, did they mull really bad? They mulled to 6. So they, like, need this Llanowar Elves to survive. So yes, I can just kill the Llanowar Elves this turn. I'm probably fine to cast the Siphoner instead. Probably. I'm just gonna cast this. Maybe a bit greedy. Not to be killing that elf here, but I feel like the situations where you stick a Scarab God in play against mono green, you're typically winning those games. So I'm not sure you need the Bloodfast, the flip side of Bloodfast in addition, you know? Because I feel like those are already games that you're winning. Because you've, like, had time to resolve your Scarab God safely. And, mono green hits in much bigger chunks than the red decks do, as well. So, like, gaining 5 life a turn isn't just, like, lights out against them. In the same way it can be against the red decks sometimes. Some people play Esper control in Modern. My suspicion is that it is not very good, though. Esper Charm is just, like, kinda clunky and expensive in Modern, is my opinion. I know some people like it regardless, but yeah, exactly. Esper Control is just like the dirtiest deck ever in Modern. Just like can't keep itself alive very well. Alright. on to a third match. We're against Simon Gertzen, by the looks of things. Which is exciting. You could be against some Turbo Fog, maybe? Yeah. It's looking like Turbo Fog, leading on the farmland like that. Yeah, 100% Turbo Fog, okay. We have this Siphoner, which is nice for us. It's going to do some good work. We don't actually have that much interaction game one though, so this could be a tough matchup. Pre-board. Post-board we get like Negates, Pierce, Defeat, a bunch of Discard, a Spyglass. I think we're pretty well positioned post-board. But the pre-board game, I would be very surprised if we won. The push and a Scarab God. Khan. I regret not having a Fatal Push anymore. Okay, they didn't even make a token. That's good. Give the Gift of Paradise, I guess. Nice. So I can take the Khan off the... Problem is, if I take the Khan off the battlefield, it means I might not be able to kill Teferi. Awkward. I can attack Khan down to 2, and then, like, try and kill Khan fairly soon. And then I have Contempt up for Teferi. If they have a Teferi. That's probably correct. I'm probably just meant to attack Khan here. Hulk wants a Teferi in, like, they get, like, an untapped step with Teferi, though, in the meantime, is the problem. Which I'm not in love with. I think I just want to attack Khan here. I think my creatures are going to take down Khan. Or, like, start chewing through fogs early. I just want to make sure that a Teferi can't stick in play, since Teferi enables Time Walks. Have the land. I will Contempt the Teferi. Now they have to start fogging if they want to keep Khan alive, which is good for us. Interesting. Right, I'm gonna send my attacks first. Get the fog out of the way, I assume. Hey Alesha, it's nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I kind of want to Bloodfast draw a card, just to like try and hit my mana source to make sure I can Gearhulk Contempt next turn. Keep Teferi off the board. Obviously playing Scarab God puts a 2-turn clock on the table, but I feel like making sure I can Gearhulk Contempt is important. Yeah, it's kind of wild, Dab. Having like all these like somewhat degenerate combo decks in Standard. Glad to hear it, Alessia. Look forward to having you back. Comes to Fairy. Oh, just a Khan? That's fine. Let's not do very much. Oh, we get to leave a Nexus in exile as well. That's great for us. Just like one less Nexus in the deck now. Maybe the fact we're drawing a card off Siphoner meant we didn't have to do the Bloodfast play, actually. That's fair. That might have been a mistake then. Doing the Bloodfast play when we have Siphoner drawing us a card, we're just like so likely to find the 6th mana, right? In that scenario. Alright, Contempting Khan here leaves us a bit softer to Fairy. But, it traps a Nexus in exile, which is really appealing. Oh, you're in China? Are you in China for, like, work or something, Alessia? The Pro Tour went poorly. Our team went 2-7. Not the best result ever. But hanging out with Kaylee during the trip was wonderful. It made the trip just like so enjoyable, and then I came back and went 12-3 in Brussels, which was really good. So I'd say overall things are pretty decent right now. Nexus, yeah, that's terrifying. Okay. That is terrifying. So we already have Lethal on board. So I guess I just want to try and dig for, like, Doomfalls and Supreme Wills. I know it, Alessia. That's like a Champion of Wits. Digs me to like 2 cards instead of just 1. Seems pretty good. Alright, let's champion her. The Hostage Taker and the Fatal Push. Excuse me. Now we get to hold up Field of Ruin for the search and just pass the turn. Okay, Alessia. Look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to, like, DM me whenever. Alright. Here comes Teferi. Oh wow, there's a 3rd Khan in the deck. Interesting. That's unusual. Okay. Kind of makes me regret not holding onto the Fatal Push, because I could, like, kill some constructs. Alright, gonna grab a Nexus with the Khan, which makes sense. Yeah, the 3rd Khan's kind of brutal here. I assumed we'd got rid of them all. No worries, Lesha. Alright, you can kill this Azcanta. It's possible I get punished for like not holding up both Field of Ruins if opponent has another Azcanta in hand. That could be scary. Wow, just not using Azcanta? That's pretty good for me. Yes, they can't use Azcanta and... ugh. Yep. Right. Gross. Yeah, I'm getting punished for not leaving up both copies of Field of Ruin. This is probably correct to not use Field of Ruin now then. Since it just gives my opponent an extra mana and thins out their deck. Since they just get to flip the search for Azcanta anyway. If I do that. I'm assuming we're dead right now, but we'll see. They have like all the mana in the world. So we're probably dead. They have a Nexus under here too. Under the Khan that they can go grab. Okay. We're certainly not deterministic yet, but we're really closing in on that point. I think once a Teferi hits play, I'll just scoop. I'm going to go ahead and do this now, I guess. They can replace it with a search, but they lose the upkeep scry on future turns if they do that, I guess. And I'm just going to activate my Bloodfast, because it means I get to F6. Which seems kind of value. Once a Teferi resolves, I will just scoop, but until then, I think it makes sense to keep playing. It's really weird that we just haven't seen any Teferis so far. Simon only has 20-ish cards left in the deck. Right, I'm willing to believe I'm just dead. I'm just going to move on to the next one. I think it's very unlikely I win from this position, and like sitting around waiting for the fog deck to kill us is just bad content. Alright, we get to board it in sideboard cards though. Make this a lot better for us. All this stuff seems amazing. We can take out the Hostage Taker, some Fatal Pushes, Chupacabra, the Essence Scatters can definitely come out. What's the final cut? Maybe the final cut's just a Scarab God or a Liliana. Both of those seem not great. I'm not sure which is worse. I guess Scarab God drains through fog effects, so like still kind of does something. So I guess I prefer Scarab God over Liliana. The other option is whether we want like any amount of removal for Barole. I don't think we do, though. We've got like Doomfalls and Contempts that we can use on Barole if need be. Okay, I would like to go first. This hand is ludicrous. This hand is actually absurd. We have turn 2 Siphoner with the second energy to immediately draw a card. And then we have Bloodfast plus Spell Pierce on our third turn. Or we can just land the Champion to increase our clock. That also sounds great. Yeah, we're going to have a million cards, Nucleo. It's going to be beautiful. I think I'm just going to Champion here. I'm kind of interested in just getting another body on board, like doubling our clock. Alright, we can discard a Contempt and maybe a land or a Gearhulk. So we can discard the Gearhulk. We don't really need it. We're going to have Bloodfast to draw us into interaction. It's also just like not going to be castable for a while. Getting it in our yard makes a Scarab God a better draw too. Yeah, they'd have slammed Azcanta turn 2 if they had it. So there's no reason to hold up Pierce for that, I don't think. Right, well, we're in a very good position. Sure. This is fine. Get to like draw another card. Right here. Cool. Another counterspell is also very good. Sure, I want to play the Aether Hub for this Siphoner, right? I don't really see how we lose this game. Can they Nexus for a Spell Pierce? They can't, right? 8 mana. So we get to just, like, activate this twice. Pretty happy to get to cash in this Spell Pierce on something. Yeah, that was a good Spell Pierce. I am into that Spell Pierce. Jeez. We have a 2-turn clock in play. We have Negate up to counter basically just Nexus of Fate, I imagine. I think Nexus of Fate is like the one thing we care about. I don't think I'm drawing a card on end of turn, because I don't want them like Nexusing end of turn and then like going wild. I think I could cycle the Censor. I don't know. Yes, I can cycle Censor. I don't really want to use up my Aether Hub energy, but if they go for a Nexus here, I think I'm fine with that. Just like lets me use my mana. Nexus incoming. Yeah. That's pretty good. I think I'm letting this resolve. I think with Negate plus Contempt, I can fight through the Planeswalkers instead of the Time Walks now. This is fine. Wow, we drew a Duress as well. That's amazing. Means we probably can't lose this. Yeah, I'm playing against Simon. I was meant to play out another Black Source, I guess. It doesn't really matter. That's interesting, George. I wonder what's leading him to play it so much. I kind of want to counter this, I guess. Just like make sure they don't get to draw any more cards right here. Turn 8. We've been overtaken on the turn count. These post-board games feel a lot easier. Boarding in 10 cards. It's like fairly ludicrous. It's kind of nice this doesn't get contempted. Opponent is dead though to Arguel, so that's also decent. Gearhulk, Negate, awesome. Alright, on to a third game. Do you want to change anything? I don't think so. I think I'm pretty happy with how we have this set up. Yeah, just run it back. Why would I sideboard in Viziers? George, what am I missing? Oh, for Carnage Tyrant? That's fair. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I'm playing Sewer. Which which I feel like Sewer has less of a problem with Carnage Tyrants. You have like Scarab Gods and stuff. This is interesting. I can take the Glimmer or the Karn. Are basically the two options. I'm inclined to take Karn. Just because that's the one that, like, I have to actually spend an answer on. Whereas at least Glimmer, like, I don't have to counter it or whatever. I can just, like, let it happen and sure I'm behind in cards, but I'm drawing cards other ways. Because, like, having to tap out for a Vraska's Contempt on Karn is actually uses up my time a bit. Alright, draw a card. Sounds great. Interesting. So I definitely want to have Spell Pierce open, so yes, that means I'm not championing. So I might as well get the Bloodfast down. Am I playing my Deadlands or my Aether Hub? Aether Hub lets me draw another card if I don't have to pierce, I suppose. That's fair. Definitely piercing this Bounty of the Luxor quite enthusiastically. This Spell Pierce is great, jeez. I have an unreasonable amount of love for Spell Pierce. I think I'm just drawing 2 off the Bloodfast this turn, rather than championing. Oh my god. I get to actually live the dream, kill the gifted land next turn. It's so good. It's so good. Just like, basically strip mine. Strip mine does not fix my colours, this is true. Alright, this is all kinds of disgusting. Gladly counter that. Next turn I can get another threat in play, I guess, like double my clock. Or I can play this. This seems better, jeez. I'm into the idea of another Siphoner. I think I'm just letting this resolve. I get to like draw another card. Fight over the payoffs rather than the card draw. Siphoner is very good against fog, agree. Alright, Jace's defeat is a nice draw. So I get to cast the Champion here. Try and dig for like another piece of 2-mana interaction. Discard Champion. Swamp. Right, we have a decent clock going now. We kill our opponent in 2 turns. Start forcing Simon to use up some fogs. 2 pieces of interaction up. Just like never ever letting a Teferi resolve in a million years. Gonna use up the Jace's defeat because we can like negate a fog for lethal later on. Potentially. I tapped really horrendously. Jesus Christ. That was atrocious. Doesn't really matter. I've got a spare energy anyway. It's still like clearly incorrect though. This is fine. Right, island in hand. Yeah, that sort of tapping mess up is like something I never do in paper, but do fairly often on stream, just because I'm trying to play like okay-ish pace, I guess. I can just pass the turn here, right? Sick. 3-0. 3-0 with Sewer. Awesome. 3-0 with Sewer. Oh, that's awesome, Rudy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really, really enjoy recording Proven Combatants. On that note, if people are looking for an awesome podcast to listen to, check out Proven Combatants. Currently linked in Twitch chat. I think we're on like iTunes and all the normal stuff as well. It's me, Chantel, Teresa, and Zyla. We talk about competitive Magic grind, maybe, mainly. I think it's pretty fun. Alright. I hope I don't 5-0 this league with Sewer. Because then I'm just like locked in for playing Sewer at Nationals. This seems fine. Her second name is Zyla. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it, Santimo. It's good to hear. Oh my god. So many couriers. I think we're probably losing this one. I'm actually going to go ahead and cycle this. I kind of just need to find like some early interaction that isn't a counter spell. I need to be like interacting with the board, I think. Yeah, especially with the Skull Scar coming down. Kaylee only joins me when I do limited streams, mostly. If I do a limited stream over the next few days, there's a decent chance she'll join in, though. I know she said she was interested in that. Just gonna die to these things. Like, 1,000,000 cards in hand. Oh my god. I need some swamps. Like, immediately. What I would give for a swamp. I kinda have to get rid of a double black card, right? Feel free to say that at any point soon, George. It's probably deserved. I feel like I have to get rid of a double black card just because, like, my black mana is going to be really constrained. Feels weird doing it, but... I'm glad you think so, George. I'm glad you feel that way. Oh boy. Oh well, I guess I am blocking a courier and taking 1,000,000. Okay, so I have to Chupacabra here, right? Pretty much locked into Chupacabra. Kill the courier. Have 2 blockers back for these two. Obviously the Soul Skull will probably get to eat a blocker, but... Okay, I'm on 2. They have a lot of burn in their deck as well. That also plays. Okay, GG's. Cast 3 mana spell into 4 mana spell and died on turn 5, as it should be. Alright, let's bring in some removal. So what's bad? The Siphoners are like pretty bad. I guess Siphoners may be better against them because they aren't playing so many Chain Dwellers. And Siphoner just like trades with a 2/2. Which is kind of something. Maybe Siphon is actually okay here. As crazy as it sounds. Since they're on the Wizard Red list. How many... I'm gonna check a moment. How many Chain Dwellers Wizard Red actually plays. Flame of Keld. Because if it's the full 4, then I probably just have to take out. Oh, this is not helpful. Apparently just like... Okay. I place 4 Chain Dwellers, right? Okay. In which case I just have to take out these things. That sucks. Yeah, the list that second at the GP had 4 main, okay. One of my friends played that deck and wasn't playing the full 4, so I didn't know if that was usual or not. But apparently everyone else just plays the full 4. On the play, this hand might be fine, maybe. We can hit some lands, curve out into Scarab God. Keep. Definitely bottom, because it is not a land. Sure. They don't have couriers this game, which gives us more of a shot. Leading with their, like, worst one-drop. This is kind of an aggressive scatter. I don't know. I have the fear. Hoping to hit my third land drop for this champion. Or not hit my third land drop for the champion. That's also an option. Right. I guess I'm doing this and just hoping they don't have Chain Weller. It's like a big hope, but kind of just want to guarantee I can hit my land drops here. Gross. Yeah. Yeah. Neither of these games are remotely competitive, huh? Like, I could have, like, Doomfalled one of their creatures, I guess. Then I go to, like, 4. Still just, like, don't have a chance. That was kind of gross. Yeah, agree. This matchup seems like, obviously we didn't draw very well in either of those games, which doesn't help. But that was very one-sided. Yeah, it definitely destroys control, for sure. Alright, on to the final match. Let's see if we can get the 4-1 here. This hand is great. This hand is so good. If any hand can get us the 4-1, it's probably this one. Yeah, Henny's Expertise. Yeah, that would be good against that deck for sure. It's a reasonable shout. We're just gonna have red decks steal away our dreams of steal away our dreams of the 4-1. We beat the bad decks and then lose to some red decks, as it should be. Alright. Incoming Scatter on Chainwaller. It's gonna be great. sigh. I mean, I'm gonna scatter that one too. But I was hoping for the dream here. Alright, I need to hit land drops, so I guess I'm casting Champion. Obviously I could Doomfall them, but I think hitting land drops is really good with us having Scarab God in hand. Discard. Supreme Will. Maybe the Bloodfast. I don't like the Bloodfast. I might just get rid of the Doomfall. It's Doomfall or Gearhulk. I guess we don't need the Gearhulk. It's kind of nice to have the Gearhulk in the yard for the Scarab God too. I can buy that. Alright, now they chain well us. We are continuing to be spared, as it would happen. Means we don't get to draw a card, but I think it's worth it just to get the heart off board. Guaranteed, just like not have to worry about it anymore. I could Doomfall away the Scrounger, I guess, but I think I'm pretty happy holding up Scatter here. For like a Glorybringer or something like that. Or a Chain Whirler off the top. Gross. Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go to 13, then go to 11 off the Bloodfast. Hopefully this Champion of Wits gets to kill the Chandra though. If we can take Chandra off board, we're actually in like a pretty decent position, I think. Nice. Alright. Gonna kill Chandra. Doomfall the Scrap Heap. And hold up Scatter. To protect us from Chain Whirler and Glorybringer. That one I don't care about. Jeez. So many Scroungers. I wish we had the 6th mana so we could Chupacabra and Scatter. Alright, let's just cast our Champion, I guess. We could hold up. I just want to hit my land drops here. Alright. Hostage Take is also nice. So I can get rid of Chupacabra. And then wonder if I almost want to get rid of Scarab God. Scarab God with the flipped Bloodfast in a couple turns is just gonna be so good. What's the problem? I guess once we've used Scatter, we no longer need 6 mana. That's reasonable. So we can just get rid of the swamp on that basis. They want to trade off their board with my champions, I'm kind of okay with that. And they can only return the one of them. I'm still just, like, unreasonably terrified of a Glorybringer right now. I guess I just play my land and can pass and, like, Contempt the Scrounger in combat. Pretty soon we're going to flip Bloodfast and we'll have the Scarab God Bloodfast combo, which should lock things up once it happens. Alright, I'm just going to exile this thing. We have a never return for a Chandra, so I'm not too worried about a Chandra here. That is also fine. What's a Hazoret? I can hostage take the Hazoret and hope they don't draw a removal spell, and then make a Hazoret. Or I can commit the Hazoret. I'm gonna go the greed line, I think. Just like hope to fade a removal spell for one turn. Nice. And I get to flip Bloodfast, which is great. Okay, this is good for me. And Gearhulk Contempt as well. Oh my god. Alright, so this turn I'm casting Hazoret. Just to like get rid of any risks from my hostage taker dying. I don't get to use this, but I like get it into play for now. I have like 5 life stored up with my temple via the Hazaret as well, which is kind of nice. I pass the turn. They have to eat their own Scrounger to return this one. This game has been very odd. I'm not convinced I've played it that well. I feel like I was maybe overly defensive, but it seemed to work out, so I can't complain too much. Right, Hostage Taker. Hostage Taker was way worse than a Confiscation Coup, that game. Of note. These two definitely come in. I definitely want to cut these Siphoners. Obviously the Siphoner was decent that game, but I think that was unusual. I guess we just do this boarding. It's like the obvious boarding, but it's probably fine. Wish we had some cast downs. Make Glorybringer easier to kill. I feel like the Moment of Craving could just be like a fungal infection, and that would probably be better. Fungal infection is really good. That card's quite underrated. Just because it looks kind of mopey. This hand is too slow, alas. This is probably fine. I'm not really in love with a champion. I'm just going to bottom that. Card's not like great in this matchup. Our hand is already kind of reasonable. We did bottom the champion, can confirm. I was just checking checking the game log there to make sure. Alright, we might die this game. I guess we get to Essence Scatter the next play to stop the heart hitting us. Ugh. Yeah. Have your value. They have the third land for the Chain Whirler to make this champion embarrassing, of course. Black Red is so good. What am I doing? What am I doing this turn? If I cast Champion, it just gets Chain Whirlered. I probably have to kill the Bomat Courier at some point. I could just cast Never on the Bomat Courier. Guess I could do that. I'm not like in love with it, but Yeah, I could Doomfall away the courier. That's... If I Doomfall the courier, it, like, stops the Scrounger returning. I actually kind of like that. Like, I need to use a free mana removal spell on this courier, just to, like, use my mana properly. I think I'd rather keep the Never so that I can deal with a Chandra later. I think being able to take down Chandra is important. Yep. Nothing to Crew the Heart is nice for us, jeez. It's kind of ludicrous. Sure. Do not really care about Spyglass on Scarab God. Still just a Colossopede. Still great. I guess they could also name Bloodfast. That'd be kind of weird though. And like, even then, Bloodfast still flips into the temple, which is really good as well. Just don't think it really matters what they choose. Alright. Well, guess I'm doing the same thing I did last turn. How is the rollerblading going? It's going pretty well. I haven't actually had a chance to do it since getting back from America. I might actually do some this evening. I've been wanting to do some for a few days, but like every evening I've been so busy. But I might actually do some this evening. That sounds really nice to me. It's like kind of pleasant outside at the moment. I guess I just like trade this with whatever, right? I'm like a little bit surprised they took the champion. I guess they just... Yeah, especially with the Chain Whirler coming. That's really surprising. I guess they didn't know they had a Chain Whirler, right? They just drew it for the next draw. Makes sense. Interesting. So are we contempting the Chandra now, or are we pushing Heart, untap, never Chandra? Alright, so they're getting the Chain Whirler off the top of their deck. Because, like, there's some incentive to, like, never the Chandra so that we can return the Scrap Heap before they can get another creature in their yard at some point. Also just, like, lets us make a 2/2 whilst we're sitting here staring at each other. I actually don't hate this. We get a bit punished if we draw something proactive we could be casting instead, but I think this is fine. Also, like, saves us the most life as well, which is kind of nice. Kill Chandra. Another scrap heap. They don't stop coming. They sure don't. Well then. Am I really contempting a scrap heap? I think this turn I'm just gonna eat this, and then I can trade the zombie with this. That's probably fine. I kind of feel like I need to hold on to this Contempt. Ideally. Just so I can like answer Chandra or Glorybringer should one come up. Oh, I'm very okay with this. I mean, we take a lot of damage, but like trading the return with an unlicensed disintegration is kind of absurd for us. Now they're hellbent. We get to have Essence Scatter up this turn. Just need to like dodge a Chandra, basically. Heh. I could steal the Spyglass. I kind of want to save this for an actual creature, though. Like, shutting down all their Chandras is nice, but... yeah, I could take the Spyglass and name Chandra, for sure. I'm just like... I feel like I'm more interested in taking an actual threat, though. And like, if I steal this, I don't get to hold up Scatter, either. Okay, now that I've drawn another land, I think I can do it. Since I still get to hold up Scatter this way. And we have, so we have the Spyglass keeping Chandra in check. We have the Scatter keeping like a creature threat in check. So we're actually in a really solid position here. Now we have our 2/3 poking in as well for damage. I imagine that casting Memory here is wildly irresponsible. I should just like cycle this land and then pass the turn. Oh wow. Never mind. We found a new plan. We get punished if they draw a Glorybringer, I guess. I guess I'm still just going to keep holding open the Scatter. It's like so hard for us to lose as long as we can keep Hazaret and Glorybringer out of play. Yeah, I think we can wait a turn. I think we're just in like such a good position here, we can afford to wait a turn. I don't think Chain Dweller matters, is the thing. Just gonna let this resolve. Like we can chump it all day with zombie tokens. can even chump it with the Hostage Taker and then like minus Lily to rebuy Hostage Taker, which is absurd. Plus Liliana. And there's now a Gearhulk in the yard as well. So we can even minus rebuy Gearhulk Contempt on like whatever they get into play, or even just on the Chain Dweller. This game feels pretty locked up. That one's actually not bad, I guess. Except for the fact that we can keep any creatures out of place. They can't actually crew it unless they draw weirdly specifically Chandra. Yeah, Banefire doesn't kill us yet, which is good. For sure. Wow, this is great. Alright. Return Torrential Gearhulk. Torrential Gearhulk targets Vraska's Contempt. It's going to gain us some life to get us out of Banefire range. Cast Hostage Taker, which can take the Heart of Kiran. Means they don't have an artifact anymore for Unlicensed Disintegration. Yeah, they're pretty done. We got the 4-1, it's pretty nice. Golden Torrential Gearhulk looks like kind of awesome. Just like Dimir Hulk. Sick. Alright. Well, this deck performed pretty decently. Let's open one of these chests. Duretti. I assume Duretti is not worth anything, right? Yeah, the Lavamances seemed problematic for sure. The Flame of Kel deck, that seemed like very hard to beat. But other than that, I don't know, we did well against Red-Black. We won like essentially 4 games against Red-Black out of 4, right? We beat the mono-green deck too. Although we didn't see any Vine-Mares, but I feel like this deck's like not terrible against Vine-Mare. You've got Gearhulks, Viziers, Doomfalls. I don't know, maybe you just roll over and die to Vine-Mare most of the time. Probably being overly optimistic. You have Essence Scatters too, though.